Stephanie White is in serious trouble.
You came here to slow down Caitlin Clark.
He has no idea what Caitlin Clark's status is.
Is so against Caitlin Clark.
Has chosen Kelsey Mitchell over Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White do not want Caitlin Clark to shoot the ball.
Caitlin Clark is in a position to flourish with this head coach.
Let it fly. It's going to go.
But we supposed to sit here and not watch a logo 3 because of Stephanie White?
This is your star. This is the face of your franchise, the face of your team.
The league is nothing without Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White just committed her season's greatest error. She gave the keys to Kelsey Mitchell and benched Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White has ruined this once great, electrifying, must-see TV Indiana Fever offense.
Mitchell is commended for continuing to shoot even when she is really cold, while Clark was instructed to stop. Favoritism is more than just apparent. The team is being undermined by it.
Everything around the WNBA so scared to actually.
Fans are now incensed. If you firmly support Caitlin Clark, let's make a big impression by leaving a comment below.
Caitlin either need to get the hell out of Indy.
Stephanie White made it apparent right away who her top focus was, and it wasn't Caitlin Clark. White, Stephanie.
Stephanie White has chosen Kelsey Mitchell over Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White is so against Caitlin Clark.
Game after game, her actions and words sent one loud message. This is Kelsey, Mitchell's team.
Stephanie White has made the decision that this is Kelsey Mitchell's team.
White's answer
even when Mitchell is struggling,
even
like
when
going
Mitchell
2 for 14 in a game,
for example, going 2
White's
for 14
response
in a game.
is full of
Kelsey Mitchell
unwavering
is what she wants.
encouragement.
She wants Kelsey Mitchell to keep firing. At one point in the game, Kelsey Mitchell was 2 for 14.
Kelsey tonight, not the most efficient night, but still an impactful night. And that, especially in that fourth quarter, is there any kind of message you need to say to her? Anything that we still need you to keep shooting and keep going or anything like that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just telling her, like, let it fly. It's going to go.
Let it go.
Let it fly.
Mitchell heard
she
her
told
say,
Mitchell,
it's going
to go.
Clark was letting it fly, letting it go, and she was making the shots. You called it hero ball. Kelsey Mitchell took 24 shots yesterday. She only made 8. And that was in the second half when she started actually making them. She was like 2 for 10 in the first half. Why didn't you call that hero ball? Why wasn't you telling her to pass the ball? Why didn't you have her stand in the corner?
Particularly for a player with such uneven efficiency, that type of green light is uncommon.
It's dumb that we're sitting here giving her the green light, but we're stopping Clark.
However, Clark has already broken records and established herself as the most significant rookie the WNBA has seen in a long time.
Clark. She holds the record in WNBA history for most assists in a game, besides like over 60 other records that she accumulated last season.
The treatment has been completely different.
According to Clark
herself revealed on the Subert podcast that Stephanie White discouraged her from shooting.
Caitlin Clark went on Subert podcast and dropped major gems, bro. She let it be known that Stephanie White do not want her to shoot threes.
If she wasn't hitting early, Caitlin, Clark came out on the Subert podcast and
Caitlin Clark came out on the Subert podcast and said that Stephanie White don't want her shooting. Stephanie White said that, oh, Caitlin, if you're missing, just drive.
Consider that. The most well-known player in women's basketball, your franchise star, is being ordered to stop playing her best and to stop doing what made her the most spectacular scorer in college basketball history.
When you see like 2 or 3 go in, like for me, like if I have 2 back-to-back in a row, like I'm probably going to launch a third that maybe isn't advised by Steph, but like I got to get it up. And then if the third goes in, like you're just hot. I think as a shooter, like your confidence just builds and builds and builds.
You got the number 1 person in NCAA history who can give you 40, 30 a game at will. We know that because we've been watching her do it in college. And you want her to just pass the ball to everybody.
And this isn't only casual guidance. There's a pattern. When Caitlin scored 9 points in just over 30 seconds during that Liberty game, for example, Stephanie White didn't celebrate.
The Liberty game, we watched Clark score 9 points in 39 seconds, 38 seconds, I think it was. She was mad. Stephanie White had her arm folded, looked disgusted, pissed off.
She appeared irritated as she stood there with her arms crossed and a stone face. She appeared irate on the...
She looked pissed off on the sidelines when Caitlin shoot.
There was no pride in the energy. It was annoyance. Mitchell can continue shooting even if he misses 10 consecutive shots. White commends her for it. Kelsey is praised for acting in the same way that Clark is accused of playing hero ball.
Let it fly. It's going to go.
Let it fly. It's going to go. You've never heard her say that with Caitlin. You've never heard her say that with Caitlin.
There is a distinction in the individuals who White decides to empower. Furthermore, it cannot be ignored. Clark is hardly the only victim of this type of partiality. It poisons the team's chemistry as a whole. It conveys the incorrect impression when the person in charge of encouraging fan interaction is strategically and emotionally sidelined. That merit is irrelevant. That playing favorites is more important than playing to win. In order to propel this team forward and ultimately save Indiana from years of mediocrity, Clark was brought in. However, she is currently being viewed as a supporting dancer while someone else steals the show. Stephanie White appears to be entirely at ease with that.
Who are you to tell her not to be shooting logo threes? Who are you to be telling her to stand in the corner and do nothing? Who are you to be telling her not to take so many shots?
There was a glimmer of hope in Indiana prior to Stephanie White taking control. It was far from ideal under Christie's sides. However, one thing was evident. The temperature increased when Caitlin Clark was allowed to play her game. After Christie.
Once Christie sides figured out that she needed to play Caitlin's style and let Caitlin do Caitlin, things was running well. I gotta be honest with you, and it was must-see television.
They ran the floor, moved with urgency, and let their generational talent lead the charge.
Even when Caitlin was on fire frying the New York Liberty, she looked pissed off.
They officially joined the American team at that point. Then the shift arrived. Stephanie White was hired on the basis of her development, speed, and transition offense. Rather, she gave the complete opposite. A half-court motion offense that is slow. Why do you, Stephanie?
Stephanie White do not want Caitlin Clark to shoot the ball.
Wait and let Clark be Clark. And we started taking off to the point that everybody wanted to talk about the Indiana Fever. They were Dubs America's team.
Worse, she introduced slower, older players who couldn't run the floor with Caitlin even if they wanted to, building a team around that approach. The simple buckets in transition were no more. The rapid breakaway and backdoor cuts where Clark flourished were no longer there. It was replaced by a strict, predictable structure intended for control rather than victory. Stephanie White altered the priority in addition to the tempo. Stephanie White has caused chaos.